Let your mind relax as we enter tonight's comforting tale together. A celebration with Petrea and Poppy. This story is about a girl named Petrea and her dear friend Poppy, who celebrate a special autumn festival together, strengthening their magical bond. Petrea lived in a small village nestled at the edge of an ancient forest. Every year, the village celebrated the arrival of autumn with a grand festival, and this year was no different. The trees were ablaze with red, orange, and golden hues, and the crisp air was filled with the scent of fall leaves and spices. Petrea loved this time of year, not just because of the beautiful scenery, but because it was a time of togetherness and joy. Early in the morning, Petrea's mother handed her a basket filled with fresh bread and apples, and she set off into the forest. Petrea had a secret friend in the forest, Poppy, a gentle deer with soft, golden brown fur and deep, soulful eyes. Poppy and Petrea had first met when Petrea was a child. She had gotten lost in the woods, and Poppy had appeared as if by magic, guiding her back to the village. Since then, they had shared many adventures and become inseparable friends. When Petrea reached their usual meeting spot, an ancient oak tree standing tall and proud in a small clearing, Poppy was already waiting. Petrea greeted her friend with a smile and offered her a red apple from the basket. Poppy nuzzled Petrea's hand in thanks, and they both settled down to enjoy the crisp autumn morning. As they shared the bread and apples, Petrea told Poppy about the festival that would take place that evening. "It's going to be the best one yet," she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "There will be music, dancing, and so many delicious treats." Poppy's ears perked up at the mention of treats, and Petrea laughed. "I'll bring some for you too," she promised. The sun climbed higher in the sky, and soon it was time for Petrea to return to the village to help with the preparations. She hugged Poppy and promised to see her again soon. Back in the village, everyone was bustling about, hanging lanterns, setting up boats, and arranging tables laden with food. The smell of roasting chestnuts and spices filled the air, and children ran around, their laughter echoing through the streets. As evening fell, the village square transformed into a magical wonderland. Lanterns cast a warm glow, and the air was filled with the sounds of music and laughter. Petrea couldn't wait to join the festivities, but first, she slipped away to the edge of the forest with a small bundle of treats for Poppy. She found Poppy waiting in their clearing, her eyes bright with anticipation. Petrea laid out a small feast of roasted chestnuts, sweet apples, and a slice of honey cake. Poppy sniffed each treat delicately before nibbling, and Petrea watched, her heart full of happiness. After their private celebration, Petrea returned to the village and joined the dance with her friends. The night was filled with joy and laughter, and Petrea knew she would always cherish the memories of this special day. That night, as she lay in bed, Petrea thought about how lucky she was to have such a wonderful friend in Poppy. She whispered a quiet thank you to the stars, knowing that the bond she shared with Poppy was truly magical. Let's journey on with another heartwarming story. The Delightful Adventure of Anemone and Lobelia. This story is about a young girl named Anemone who visits the enchanted laughing river Lobelia and discovers joy, laughter, and connection through her adventures with the river's guardian spirit. So, on a sun-kissed morning in the quaint village of Meadowbrook, a young girl named Anemone could not contain her excitement. She dashed out of her cozy cottage, her caramel hair swirling in the gentle breeze. Today was the day she would visit the laughing river named Lobelia, a place rumored to be enchanted with delight. Anemone's heart fluttered with anticipation as she skipped down the flower-studded path, her heart singing with the promise of adventure. The village of Meadowbrook was known for its vibrant, fields and rich folklore. Elders often spoke of Lobelia, a river whose waters were said to laugh joyously whenever the sun kissed its surface. The tales had always captivated Anemone, filling her dreams with laughter and wonder. As she reached the edge of the village, the familiar sight of the laughing river sprawled before her, its crystal clear waters glistening in the sunlight. Anemone took a deep breath and stepped closer to the river bank. The air around Lobelia was filled with a melody of giggles, as if the very essence of joy was woven into its prints. Butterflies danced above the water, their wings shimmering in iridescent hues. Anemone waded into the water, feeling its full embrace round her ankles. Her laughter bubbled up from the depths, a symphony of happiness that wrapped round her heart. She could hear the faint whisper of voices telling stories of joy and love, of dreams fulfilled and adventures had. Anemone closed her eyes, letting the sounds wash over her, and for a moment, she felt as though she were floating on a cloud of bliss. As she ventured deeper into the river, Anemone noticed a figure in the distance, a woman radiant as the morning sun, stood at the center of Lobelia. She waved to Anemone, beckoning her closer. Anemone approached with a mix of curiosity and awe, her eyes wide with wonder. The woman introduced herself as Selene, the guardian spirit of Lobelia. Her laughter, like the tinkling of bells, filled the air with an infectious joy. Selene explained that the river's enchantment came from the pure delight of every creature that visited it. She shared stories of travelers who had discovered their dreams upon its shores, of friendships formed and hearts healed. Anemone listened intently, her heart swelling with happiness and gratitude. Selene then took Anemone's hand and guided her to a hidden grove beside the river. There a magnificent tree stood tall, its branches laden with vibrant flowers and shimmering fruits. Selene plucked a fruit and offered it to Anemone. The moment she took a bite, a wave of euphoria washed over her, filling her with a blissful warmth. Anemone laughed, the sound ringing pure and true, mingling with the river's melody. She felt an unspoken bond with Lobelia and Selene, a connection forged by the shared joy of this magical place. As the day turned to dusk, Anemone knew it was time to return. Selene walked her back to the river bank, their hands still entwined. With a final embrace, Selene promised Anemone that the joy of Lobelia would always be with her, a beacon of light in times of darkness. Her heart brimming with happiness, Anemone thanked Selene and bid farewell. As she walked back to Meadowbrook, the stars began to twinkle above, and Anemone felt a deep sense of contentment. She knew that the magic of Lobelia would always be a part of her, a reminder of the delight that life could bring. And as she finally lay down to sleep in her cozy cottage, she dreamt of laughter and rivers and the boundless joy they had shared. Another story awaits to soothe your heart. Bluebonnet and Marigold, A Journey to Clarity. This story is about Bluebonnet, a kind-hearted human, and Marigold, an ancient spirit, who embark on a journey to find clarity and discover that true purpose lies in embracing both joy and sorrow with love. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a kind-hearted human named Bluebonnet. She was known for her gentle spirit and unwavering kindness. Bluebonnet's favorite place was a secluded grove not far from her home, where ancient, towering trees whispered stories to those who would listen. One sunny afternoon, as she wandered through the grove, she encountered an ethereal being named Marigold. Marigold was an ancient spirit, timeless and wise, her presence a gentle shimmer in the air. "Greetings, Bluebonnet," Marigold said softly, her voice like the rustle of leaves in the wind. "I sense you seek something beyond these woods," Bluebonnet nodded, feeling a rush of warmth from Marigold's words. "Clarity," she admitted, I feel a fog round my heart, and I long to understand my true purpose. Marigold smiled, her eyes twinkling like the first stars of evening. Come with me, dear one. Let us journey together, and perhaps we will find the clarity you seek. Together, they ventured into the heart of the grove, where the trees stood tallest and the air was thick with the scent of pine and earth. The marigold led Bluebonnet to a serene glade, where a crystal-clear pond reflected the sky like a mirror. This pond is the pond of reflection, Marigold explained. Its waters have the power to reveal truths hidden within. Bluebonnet knelt by the pond's edge, peering into its depths. She saw her own reflection, but as she continued to gaze, the image began to change. She saw moments from her past, both joyful and sorrowful, and felt a sense of peace wash over her. The path to clarity begins with understanding, Marigold said gently. Embrace all that you are, and you will find your way. As Bluebonnet gazed into the pond, the fog round her heart began to lift. She saw herself bravely facing challenges, comforting friends, and spreading kindness wherever she went. She realized that her true purpose was not a single, grand mission, but a series of small, meaningful acts of love and compassion. With a newfound sense of clarity, Bluebonnet stood and thanked Marigold. Your wisdom has shown me the way, she said. Marigold nodded, her smile warm and knowing. The journey to clarity is ongoing, but remember, you carry the light within you. With that, Marigold's form shimmered and faded into the grove, leaving Bluebonnet with a heart full of gratitude and a soul alight with understanding. Bluebonnet returned to her village, carrying the lessons of the grove with her. She continued to live with kindness and clarity, spreading light in even the darkest of times. And whenever she felt the fog return, she knew she could always visit the pond of reflection and the wisdom of her ancient friend, Marigold. Let's just move gently to the next story. Geranium and Nymphaea, the Pursuit of Happiness. This story is about a man named Geranium and his hedgehog friend, Nymphaea, finding true happiness through love, friendship, and small acts of kindness. Once upon a time in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a gentle man named Geranium, who carried a perpetual smile on his face. Geranium was known for his beautiful garden, that blossomed with every hue imaginable, a true testament to his dedication and care. One crisp autumn morning, as Geranium was tending to his radiant flowers, he found a tiny hedgehog caught in the garden's net. The little creature was shivering and looked frightened. Feeling a surge of antipathy, Geranium gently freed the hedgehog and cradled it in his hands. Upon closer inspection, he noticed the hedgehog had a uniquely patterned back, resembling the petals of a water lily. Geranium decided to name her Nymphaea. Nymphaea soon became a beloved companion, joining Geranium in his daily tasks and adventures. Despite their differences, they shared an unspoken bond that brought immense joy to both their lives. One day, Geranium noticed that Nymphaea seemed particularly interested in the sky, tearing up with a sense of longing. Intrigued, he followed her gaze and realized she was fascinated by the birds soaring freely above. Determined to bring happiness to his spiky friend, Geranium crafted a small kite shaped like a bird. He attached it to Nymphaea with a soft ribbon, allowing her to experience a sense of flight. As Nymphaea glided through the air, her tiny eyes sparkled with delight, and Geranium's heart swelled with happiness. From that day forward, every sunny afternoon, Geranium and Nymphaea would go to the meadow and fly the kite together. The villagers often paused to watch the heartwarming sight of a man and his hedgehog reveling in their simple, yet profound joy. Seasons changed, and their bond only grew stronger. On the evening of the full moon, Geranium took Nymphaea to the tallest hill overlooking the village. They sat in silence, basking in the moon's gentle glow, feeling a deep sense of contentment. In that moment, Geranium realized that happiness was not just a fleeting emotion but a state of being and nurtured by love, friendship, and the little acts of kindness that brighten everyday life. Good night, and may you find warmth in your dreams.